And now the poor guy, you got to see this guy. Oh, I don't know what I said. I don't remember.
He appeared to mock a reporter with a disability.
He's going like, I don't remember. Oh, maybe that's what I said.
That reporter he is talking about is Serge Kovaleski, who now works for the New York Times. As you can see right there, he suffers from a chronic condition that impairs movement of his arm.
Trump says he wasn't mocking the reporter because he didn't know what the reporter looked like. But in truth, they have known each other personally for years.
He's going like, I don't remember. Oh, maybe that's what I said.
John Kasich has run a number of anti-Donald Trump ads this year, as have some of the other candidates. I think John Kasich's are better than anybody else's. I think that's his best one. John Kasich is nowheresville in the polls, but I think John Kasich also ran the most effective, straight-up biographical ad run by any Republican candidate this year. Of all the Republican, here's who I am, here's what I've done ads, I think John Kasich did the best job and did a good job.
Move abroad, conservative state.
I recognize red state, blue state.
They don't know what they're doing.
I have learned. Hey, what about us?
My dad carried mail on his back. They called him John the Mailman, and they loved him because he looked out for everyone in those neighborhoods. I learned something from my father. Do your best to look out for other people. We turned Ohio around, and we created jobs and cut taxes and balanced our budgets. I spent 18 years on the Armed Services Committee with some of the finest defense minds in the world. I was one of the chief architects of balancing the budget. First time we did it since man walked on the moon. We haven't done it since. It can happen again.
John Kasich's for us.
New Day for America is responsible for the content of this advertising.
I think that, whatever you think of John Kasich, I think that is the best biographical ad any Republican candidate has run this year. The best biographical ad run by a Democratic candidate this year was run by Senator Sanders. He is such an unconventional candidate. I'm not sure we all knew what to expect from him in terms of a presidential campaign, but it turns out Bernie Sanders raised a ton of money. Apparently he's on track to outraise Hillary Clinton this month. Some of what he has spent his unexpectedly large amounts of money on are some very good conventional TV ads, including this one.
The son of a Polish immigrant who grew up in a Brooklyn tenement. He went to public schools, then college, where the work of his life began, fighting injustice and inequality, speaking truth to power. He moved to Vermont, won election and praise as one of America's best mayors. In Congress, he stood up for working families and for principle, opposing the Iraq War, supporting veterans. Now he's taking on Wall Street and a corrupt political system, funded by over 1 million contributions, tackling climate change to create clean energy jobs, fighting for living wages, equal pay, and tuition-free public colleges.
People are sick and tired of establishment politics, and they want real change.
Bernie Sanders, husband, father, grandfather, an honest leader, building a movement with you to give us a future to believe in.
I'm Bernie Sanders, and I approve this message.
Best Democratic biographical ad this year. Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton have been running a campaign against each other this year that's interesting. It's been almost entirely positive. They sometimes take shots at each other. But they've both made a pretty obvious effort to not campaign for president by tearing each other down. And that has led to a kind of competition in a very difficult space, which is positive ads that aren't about your competitors being a jerk, right? That are about stating their own case, but still need to be memorable and moving. Hillary Clinton did her own very good biographical ad that was, interestingly, not about her own biography, but about her mother's biography. But I think the single best ads that Hillary Clinton has run have been these short ads that she's done where she says what she wants to do in terms of policy, but she says it by showcasing other real people. Watch.
Mindy will work 179 shifts to earn what the average top CEO makes in a single day. Join the fight for higher incomes. Join the fight for Mindy. I'm Hillary Clinton. Clinton, and I approve this message. It took Alexis 4 years to earn her college degree, but it will take her 25 years to pay off her student loans. Join the fight to make college affordable. Join the fight for Alexis. I'm Hillary Clinton, and I approve this message.
Really good Hillary Clinton ads that did not get a lot of national attention. In a year where people were really paying attention to the ads, I think those would have because they were so good. I should say Bernie Sanders also had one really notable good ad this year that didn't break new ground in terms of the script or anything, but it caught this moment on the campaign trail where a young woman, you can see on the right side of your screen there, in a headscarf, got up at one of his rallies and expressed herself with a lot of emotion about how upset she was about what was going on in the country. And Senator Sanders took her hand and brought her to the podium with him and answered her questions, then gave her a hug. And this was one of these ads where the visuals really made the point. It was also a very, very powerful one. But I said that there was a lot of good Republican ads this year, too, and I mean it. And regardless of whether these candidates are winning in the giant Republican race, whether you personally like these candidates or not, in a year where political ads are not at all part of the national discussion, not at all part of the punditry, they're basically seen as irrelevant to the race. This year, you should know that there are two really good, I think really good, Republican political ads this year, two of them. This is not the best one. This is the second best one. This is Carly Fiorina's ad. It was her response after Donald Trump was quoted saying about her, quote, "Look at that face. Would anyone vote for that? Can you imagine that, the face of our next president?" Really, folks, come on, are we serious? That quote from Donald Trump about Carly Fiorina's face led to this, I think, very good ad from Carly Fiorina this year. I will warn you in advance, she says the phrase Democrat Party in the middle of this, like it's a